will be number 3 in that division. Here's why. Pretty much the same reason last year. They were the number 3 defense. But you can't, that defense only carried them so long. We saw how Minnesota started out. They started out so strong, and I believed in them. I really thought, I was like, this Minnesota defense, man, it's going to take them to where they need to go. It's going to take them to the playoffs, and it's going to make them a threat. And by that time, Sam Bradford will have his stuff together. But the offense wasn't there where it needed to be. We don't know if the offense is where it needs to be this year. Did they improve the line? AP is gone. So that guy that you had, no matter what you had up front, it just, he was unreal. You know, he wasn't healthy the past 2 years, but, well, he wasn't healthy last year, and the year before he was dealing with some situations. But how much is the line improve? This whole running back. I think Dalvin Cook will pretty much, end up getting this job probably about week 5, week 6, or anything like that. A lot of people say, well, why did they sign Latavius Murray and everything? Because I don't think they thought they were going to get Dalvin Cook. I think if they knew they could get Dalvin Cook in the draft, for where they got him, he was 3rd, 4th round. I'm pretty sure they thought Dalvin probably was going to go 2nd, maybe real early 3rd round. But he fell to them. So he's going to be, a focal point, in that offense. So that's a good look for him. But it always comes down to the main factor. Sam or Teddy. That's what I got. Right here I'm looking at. Sam or Teddy. Teddy Bridgewater was coming off that knee injury, which was horrific. Sam Bradford was coming over from another team. He came over there at the last minute, so he's trying to, make Kool-Aid out of, I don't know, sawdust, and deal with the line. He was out there running for his life. But now Teddy seems to be back. He seems to be, obviously he won his job back, but you spent the 1st round pick. Is Sam Bradford really the guy? I don't know. Is Teddy Bridgewater really the guy? I don't know. I do like Minnesota's wide receiver core. I like Adam Thielen. I like Stephon Diggs. The addition to Michael Floyd, if his pass is actually his pass, you got a nice 3 there. And maybe they can get Laquan Treadwell in there, which was their former 1st round pick last year, because he didn't give him anything. So you got to give him something this year. But I think this is still a process. They're going to lean on that defense of Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith, Linville Joseph, Daniel Hunter, and again, they're going to break down in the middle of the season. Xavier Rhodes, that's too much to ask on the defense, which is a really good defense. You have to do something like that, to take a team to the Super Bowl off your defense. You have to be like the 85 Bears. You have to be like the 2000 Ravens. I can't remember the year, but you have to be the year the Bucs won, the Super Bowl. Even, years before that, they were a dominant defense. That's a hard task. That's not easy. That's not easy at all. So we're down to the last 2. And it's between the Lions and the Packers. Ladies and gentlemen, number 2 is going to be the Detroit Lions. Yes, I know people are like, this dude is a homer. No, but Detroit has some problems. Taylor Decker is out, which was a key piece to their, offensive line. They picked up Greg Robinson. We don't know what we're going to get from him because he's labeled as a bust, but he has a new start. Here's the thing, and it's real simple about the Lions. They need a running game. I've said this for the longest. They need a running game, and they need to control games, and they haven't did that. They won a lot of games at the last minute by less than 7 points, and we all know the story. The Lions were up, 2-3 games on the Packers, and Detroit, as the season started going on, and you needed that running back because Amir Abdullah was out, for the season. You didn't have, another backup, Theo Riddick. He is not, a workhorse running back. Zach Zenner is not that type of workhorse running back. And you got guys shifting in and out. DeAndre Washington, no, did not work. And the Lions fell apart. That's exactly what it is. I'm going to be honest. They fell apart. And it came down to that last game against the Packers where it was on prime time and you had an opportunity to show up, show out, and show everyone what you were really about. And they came and took it. The Green Bay Packers took it from them. Stafford, the one good thing about Stafford, he's had trouble with interceptions. So last year, he had over 4,000 yards and 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So 10 is you want to get into single digits, but 10 is very good, for him. But until the Lions prove to have some sort of running game, they will always lose close games, lose leads, or lose divisional leads. So I got them finished second. I just don't think they're, anywhere in the same situation as the Bears or the Vikings right now. They have a quarterback. They know who their quarterback is. They know what their quarterback can do. They have some quality wide receivers. They did have some injuries. Hyder just went down, so he's going to be a big loss. He was their sack leader, but they need guys to step up. Jarrett Davis out of Florida, they're going to look a lot from him, or they're going to want a lot from him as a rookie starting out at middle linebacker. But I got them finished second. I think they still can make the playoffs, but I got them finished second. So, of course, that leaves the Green Bay Packers at number one. They had a boatload of injuries last year, and they still, Aaron Rodgers said, I think we could run the table. And they almost ran the table, all the way to the Super Bowl. But they ran the table to get into the playoffs. And then we all remember the game they had against the Cowboys. That was an awesome game. That will be a game I will remember for the ages as a football fan, Their offense was 8th overall, again, with the injuries. Ty Montgomery was their – remember when I was saying about Detroit not having running backs? Ty Montgomery was your wide receiver at the beginning of the year, and you didn't have any running back. Eddie Lacy was hurt. James Starks was hurt. Don Jackson, they brought him off, I think, the practice squad, or they bumped him up. He got hurt. They had guy after guy in the running back situation, and you're not still supposed to have success when you got guys switching positions in the middle of the year. Defense is a problem for them. They was number 22, so they got to get better than that. But you know what happened? You know what can erase 22 defense? 22nd ranked defense? Aaron Rodgers. He's just special. As much as I hate the Green Bay Packers, I got to give that man respect. He is the man. He is the guy in this division, like Tom Brady. Until you do something about him, then you got a problem. And until they can do something, any of these teams can do anything about Aaron Rodgers, he's always going to be a problem, no matter what he got on his team. That's how good he is. That's how good Aaron Rodgers is. So, recap: 4th is the Bears, 3rd is the Vikings, 2nd is the Lions, and 1st place, of course, is the Green Bay Packers. So, going back into the chat, Miss Mocabella was speaking about Dalvin Cook, saying Miami's own. So, Mocabella's from Miami, so she always showing love to the hometown folks. Vince Wright was saying wideouts are good. Got to get them the ball downfield, though. Vince, you're absolutely right. At some point, they were doing that, but I think they got I won't say they got comfortable, but they, Kyle Rudolph, he was basically, I guess, checked down or his bailout or, escape hatch, to Sam Bradford, But yeah, they got to go downfield because if you don't go downfield, everyone's just going to play your running game, Victor Morrow says Bears will be forced to move from Chicago to North Dakota. So that is a shot at Big L. Ben said, who's the starter this year? I don't know who you were talking about. Grego said, who are these players Jelani is talking about? Grego, everybody can't be as fortunate to be have a plethora, of players such as your team, but it is what it is. He said at running back, I don't know who you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about the Detroit Lions. Hey, I just noticed. Victor Morrow said Miami going to play Chicago in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Oh, wow. Big L, I'm a Giants fan. What are you talking about? So Victor Morrow is on Big L now. First it was Russ Buff. Now it is Victor Morrow. Big L says no playoffs for Detroit. What's new? I didn't say Detroit wasn't going to make the playoffs. They made the playoffs last year. I got to make the playoff this year. I just said they won't win the division. Ben from BS3 Sports says no surprise with Packers. And Tiffany PMP Comptroller says all tidy, dipping out. Bears dinner is done. Arroz con pollo. Can you dig it? Peace. I missed that, Tiffany, but I'm going to say it was probably good. Big L says, Victor, you're a Washington fan. No switching. And, of course, Mocha Bella, like I was saying, is not a big Jay Cutler fan, so she got the X on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at the end of the show. Mocha Bella, I'm listening and I'm paying attention, like the NBA is paying attention to their players. So you asked for it, Mocha. I'm going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Big L Awards is back. Yes, so tonight we got two people up for the Big L Award. People, thing, monster, whatever it is. Anybody can get the Big L Award. So, Big L Award, for those people that don't know, there is this guy named Big L that Lopan has a problem with, and he brought up the Big L Award because he refers to Big L as a big loser. So, Lopan, not me, Lopan decided to come up with these awards. So, these are about people who just do stuff like, I don't get it, and you just ruined it, So, first up for the Big L Award, ladies and gentlemen, Lopan has told me he's tired. He's tired. He's sick and tired of people who are always saying free blank, and what he's talking about is like the whole Zeke Elliott thing. People saying free Zeke Elliott. Then you got like last year, people saying free Tom Brady. None of these folks are in jail, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed. None of these folks is under any type of restraints. These folks just was told not to come to work for a certain amount of time, and then you could come back. You still free. I'm tired of people talking about, and this is Lopan, he's saying, I'm tired of people talking about free this, free that, free. Now, it has been used in certain aspects, free Aaron Hernandez, but yeah, that brother was on lockdown. So free Aaron Hernandez, if you're going to say that, we get it. Free Mike Vick, we get it. But it's just like people done got too crazy with this free stuff. Stop freeing everything. That's almost like hashtagging everything that you say. Or, Facebook and everything that goes in your life. Don't nobody want to hear all that, man. So for everyone that's always talking about free something and it's not actually, they're not actually on lockdown, they are still free. This Big L Award goes to you.
See? Another loser.
Yeah. Yes, Lopan. Indeed. So that is number one. That is the first Big L Award. winner.